Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Dominions 5 with our Multiplayer Showdown game here. We're on turn 27 and this is going to be episode 27. I'm just going to go ahead and do a very quick run through of everything that I've laid out. Chris will not be joining me for this episode. I'm actually currently away on vacation for the next 2 weeks, and so I'm doing this turn in my hotel room. And I don't have a lot of internet bandwidth or anything to use up, so I couldn't get Chris in today to do this. I'm not even really able to like do anything pretty much with the internet, so I've kind of had to do a couple weird things to get the turn onto my computer on my laptop so I could do all this. And yeah, the video might also sound a little bit different because I'm using a lot of old software that I used to use back when I recorded on my laptop and I didn't have my desktop computer. So I've actually brought like all my recording stuff with me. I've got my microphone and an extra monitor and all sorts of crazy stuff. So it just goes to show that the dream never dies, I guess. You know, even on vacation, I still got to record, but no big deal. I want to go ahead and go through. I laid out the turn ahead of time because I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time doing this. So I went ahead and did everything that I wanted to do, and I just wanted to kind of explain what I did. So we'll go over into the messages first and go through everything that's on this list. We had a couple messages here, and I'll read them in a second. We got research and enchantment complete. Evocation is complete as well. We got the revived king in the Mandragoa. Didn't find any magic sites, but we did find singing stones here in the Gallop, which was, I believe, an earth gem and an air gem, one of each turn. And then we had a few battles here, so we'll go ahead and watch those. And then we didn't hurt anything in Moss Flowers, but that's not going to be relevant, and I'll explain why in a second. And we killed one filthy brigand in the patrolling, in the Gallop. So let's go ahead and go over these messages first. So we got a message from Man. He says, "Greeting, noble Pythium. Indeed, the news looks grim for Ulm. At the hands of both Midgard and Miklan, Ulm yet has one massive army on the Miklan front, but Midgard has attacked their rear. The forces of Man are besieging one of the Midgard castles at Highwatch 24 with a hope to wrest a throne from their grasp. Utgard have offered to share in the attack as well." This is really important, so keep this in the back of your mind, that Utgard is going to be joining in the attack against Midgard. 2 turns ago, we had notice of a large Midgard force at Sly Wheatlocks 18, and expect that this will come back and try to relieve the siege at Highwatch. Your ally, the Wardens of Avalon. So he actually used your ally, and I did respond, and I'll read the response message I sent out. But this is great. So we're kind of building a little bit of a trust with Man here. Sort of an alliance. We're kind of bonded through our hate through Midgard. So that's how that's going there. Let's see. Some army. So I think that was it. That was all that was really important. Other than the fact that Ulm is getting torn apart, but hopefully by us attacking Midgard, we're going to take a little bit of pressure off of Ulm, and I'm hoping that that will allow Ulm to fight back. Because Ulm now, whereas I wasn't really too worried about Ulm in the beginning, now they've kind of become a force for, I don't want to say good, but Ulm is attacking Miklan and Midgard, and they're 2 people that I consider sort of enemies for, of our forces, and a risk to the ascension, especially Miklan. He's getting very powerful, especially with the removal of I Seen You Before, the replacement of I Seen You Before. I think it was that, or it was Lucid. I can't remember. I keep getting them both mixed up, who's playing who. But either way, one of the player powerhouses was removed, and Miklan's kind of prospering in that atmosphere. So having Ulm would be useful. I'm starting to see kind of like these lines getting drawn. It's like me, Man. It's like me, Man, and Utgard. And then we kind of got Pangea there because he's allies with me. And then we're kind of seeing like Miklan and maybe Midgard kind of allying up. I don't know if they are allying up, but they're both teaming up to kill Ulm. So I consider that a little bit of an alliance. And then we just got Satis, and he's just kind of doing whatever he wants. I'm not really sure what he's doing, or if he has any alliances. I know Man said he was getting pretty mad, or just at least like not enjoying his borders up against him. So that's something to keep note of. And we don't got any Dominion actually spreading to those areas. I was curious if we did. I don't think our Dominion's really, we don't have that powerful of a Dominion, so it doesn't seem to be going. It's like just barely bleeding out of our territory here. Oh, we do got a little bit in some of these water. just next to this throne, which makes sense that we would. So that'll actually eventually affect all of these. Because of the nature of the throne, I believe it gives us a boost. Dominion conflict bonus +2, spread Dominion 7, so it's pretty good. Alright, so let's go back to the messages real quick. Then we got another message from Man. He says, by the way, Midgard's forces can sail over the top of any army in the water and can attack any coastal province. Very important to know, and I'm glad he let me know that. Although I do know about it, but I'm sure Midgard would launch an attack against one of these areas. But it sounds like Man said that Midgard is sending their only army to High Watch to try and break the siege, because I guess he's trying to siege down this throne. So that's pretty good because it took the pressure off of Ulm. Ulm can focus on fighting McLan, though I don't know if he would beat this army. I doubt it. And then Midgard, hopefully Man can fight Midgard. I wish that we could partake in the battle, but I don't think we can because we can't really get there. So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do that over the next few turns. But let's go ahead and read Utgard's message because, oh, and Midgard. He just says, lizard-loving lizards, you M's misguides in attacking us, you hurts Midgard's and hurt yourselves in wars to come after we's gone. So I think Midgard's kind of accepting, I don't know if I want to say defeat. I can't really tell actually. I read this message two different ways. I read it as him saying that he's going to, we're hurting ourselves after Midgard's gone because, I don't know, we're giving power to maybe Man. Which is kind of what's happening here, essentially, because Man's going to end up, if Midgard does die, Man and Ulm will end up with most of those provinces. We won't really get any of them. But then I kind of read it as maybe it's a little bit of a threat, because he's saying, like, you know, after the war's gone. Well, he says after we's gone, but obviously he's speaking like a broken kind of dwarven or Viking. So it's hard to say, because my first initial reaction was always like threatening us, like after he's done basically with the war with them, he's going to turn on us, which, you know, I would expect that anyways. But now that I read it again, this like fourth time I read it, I think he is actually saying that after he's gone from the game, because maybe he's predicting he's going to lose, or he feels like he's going to lose, that we're going to regret doing this, which maybe we will. We'll find out, though. We don't know. And then we got a message from Utgard. So he says, hello, small snake worshippers. We have noticed that you have attacked the Midgard fort on our northern border. We cannot blame you for wanting to take action against our distant cousins. Their behavior and aggression has been reprehensible. However, we consider that province to be a natural part of Utgard, with Midgard's expansion across the sea and onto our shores a gross overstepping of geographical boundaries. We've already mobilized troops to take this fort ourselves. This message will reach you in time to retreat and perhaps redirect your troops across the sea to the northwest, where other Midgardian provinces may be within your grasp. Your position on this peninsula, even more so than Midgard's, would be indefensible and untenable in the long run. We assume this is is as plain to you as it is to us. Let us therefore avoid any bloodshed. All the best, Utgard. And you know what? I agree with him. He's 100% correct. There's no way that we could reinforce this in a way that we could hold moss flowers, and that's a huge force. So he's just going to come up here and take it regardless of whether we stay or we go. So I've made the decision to pull out and let Utgard take that throne. It doesn't put Utgard really any closer to victory. He only has 1 point right now. I think that was the Throne of War, so he'll have 2 points. Not a big deal for us. We've got a lot more to lose in this situation. I'm going to go ahead and turn the sound down just a little bit. We've got a lot more to lose in this situation here because he'll just steamroll over these units. So I'd rather keep the 3 Hydras and the other units safe, as well as the Manual of Underwater Breathing. And we had the Mandragoa heading there as well. So I'm now moving all of those forces back. We're going to move those forces back into Pythium. These forces back into Pythium as well with the Mandragoa. We've got more Mandragoa here we could pick up if we'd like to. A couple different things we could do. And once... by the time I do the next turn, or maybe the turn after that, I'll have contact with Chris again, and we'll go over what we're going to do for it, whether or not we're going to try to go for the Tide of Dreams and take on Satis again, or if we're going to maybe send these forces over to here. That's why I'm sending them to Pythium. They're kind of, you know, both directions are pretty equal distance. I may make a recommendation to Chris, or I may just do it myself to head over here and take maybe Angelic Reach. So we could probably siege that down and take that. Wells' Vanguard's forces are preoccupied. And obviously he's going to have his main force that can probably attack us. But if he gets into a confrontation at High Watch with Man, then hopefully we'll see that turn into a thing for us. Now, he said he spotted a army coming from, I believe it was 18, but I don't see 18. It might have been something else. Let me see. High Watch 24. 2 turns ago, we had noticed a large Midgard force at Sly Weedox 18. Sly Weedox right here. So they're moving away. They didn't move here. I got a scout there. I doubt they went here, so they must be here. And I think they are, because I actually, there's a battle there, so I got to watch that. So I wonder if they're going to come around and try to go for this. So I've got a scout moving, and I'm hoping I can get on High Watch and see how that battle goes. Because if man wins or loses, depending on what Midgard's force looks like, will decide whether or not we try to push on Satis or we push on Midgard. I really think we should push Midgard. That's my opinion on it. Because us and Satis right now, even though they're trying to get this throne, it's not going to put them any closer to victory. And Satis is kind of doing ceasefire with us right now, so we're not really attacking each other, but we are openly at war with Midgard. And I think by not actively participating and helping to break up Midgard's borders and put pressure on him with Utgard and Man, we're only going to be hurting the conflict between those two. So we really need to get in here and help put some pressure on. If Midgard really only has one army, he's not going to be able to fight Man, Utgard, and us at the same time, so he probably won't even bother coming for this throne. If he breaks the throne on High Watch, starts coming towards us at Angelic Reach, the Man can just go siege High Watch again, and Utgard could come down here, maybe take Drake's Rest. Oh, I think he's got this, actually. But he can start taking some stuff down here, so not really going to help him that much. So I am going to pull off, and I did send messages out. I sent one to Man here. Oh, no, cancel. Jesus. Retract message, right-click to read. So I said, we have received a message from Utgard regarding their participation in the war. They have asked us to discontinue our siege of the fortress at Moss Flowers 123, as it is within their rightful boundaries. We have agreed, as we are only taking the fort to further destroy Midgard's chance at a victory. We will be retreating our forces from Moss Flowers to further advance on Midgard and other areas of the front line. Our defensive efforts go well for the throne of the Pantokrator. We have I think that's how you say that. We have defensive structures going up now. Satis may also become an issue for us soon, but we hope to have Midgard snuffed out by then. Your ally Pythium. So a beautiful alliance has blossomed. And I'm happy to see that Utgard's going to join in. I sent a really good message to Utgard, kind of letting him know that, you know, we're not enemies and we're going to leave the throne. So I said, Utgard, we hope our sieging of Moss Flowers did not offend you in any way. We were not sure what your stance on Midgard was, and we wanted to contribute in the war effort to wipe Midgard off the map. They have long been a threat, and their easy access to thrones across the Great Pond worried us. We wanted to set them back as far as we could. If you are contributing to the efforts of removing Midgard power from the throne, then we hereby recognize you as the rightful heir of the throne on Moss Flowers, and it is yours to take. Our forces will be pulling out of the throne and retreating back to support frontline efforts against Midgard in our war effort on the Western Waters. We hope for a stable relationship between our empires and a lasting peace. We have many dark forces eyeing over the throne of the Pantokrator, and it is our sworn duty to protect it from those evil forces. Your friend Pythium. So I didn't say your ally because we didn't really have an open alliance with him, but I'm sending a gesture his way that he is a friend, and you know, that I view him as a friend, and we'll see where that goes. You know, Utgard could be a very powerful force against snuffing out Midgard, and then potentially maybe a war with Satis if they do border, which they might if Utgard comes around here. We'll see. But Man could definitely use the help, so I think basically I think Man and Utgard working together would really just grind Midgard down, especially if we take Angelic Reach and start taking some of these coastal provinces here. Or even if we just take Angelic Reach and hold it, because it's connected to our water provinces here, so I feel like it's not really overstepping our boundaries too much. We're going to need it eventually, and where I see the game going right now is an inevitable war with Miklan. You can see that he's actually trying to siege his throne here, which makes me a little nervous, and he's got a large army here, but he's focused on Ulm right now, and we haven't really talked to him much. But I'm going to go ahead and say that at some point, Miklan is going to go to war with Man or Utgard because of the only two people bordering him besides Dwarf Comic, who's been somewhat stagnant the last few turns. He hasn't even taken this back, to be honest with you, so I might take that. I don't know. It's not really a circle cap. No, I'll leave it. I think he even skipped his last turn, so I'm not sure how active he is being right now. He's a very small empire going here. Somebody might just take him out to take him out. Could be Utgard. I feel like it should be us if it's anybody. I might send him a message and see where he actually stands at some point. Maybe next turn. depending on if he submits his or not this one. But yeah, so McLaren here, he's going to be the next big threat, and I think the biggest thing against him is going to be Utgard and Man, and we'll want to get in on that too. And where we can hurt McLaren actually would be the water provinces. If we can get a large enough army up, we can devour up all this extra income from him in the water provinces. That would really hurt him a lot, and it'd really help us. And then once we get down here, we can start helping with the war efforts between Man and Utgard by attacking these coastal provinces here, which he'll be least likely to be able to defend. So that'd be really useful. So we got a couple different routes to go, but either way, that's where I see the game going right now. McLaren's going to end up being the biggest threat once Midgard's gone, but if we don't kill Midgard, he may come back with Wrath and Fury, so we've got to do that and take him out. So I think I've pretty much gone over everything in terms of the messages. Let's go ahead and watch the battles real quick and see if there's any battles here that are actually worth watching, or if they're just scout battles or province defense or whatnot. So this isn't really anything. I mean, it literally is nothing, so okay. We've got McLaren and Ulm here, which should be a battle. I think it's, let's see, it's Ulm trying to take on McLaren's province defenses. So he actually did get the throne here. Oh, he's got, boy, not messing around with those hordes of skeletons. That's pretty, yeah, that's rough. Boy, that's pretty terrifying, but those wouldn't stand a chance against our Hydras, so I'm not too, although they wouldn't be affected by poison. They got a really high poison resistance, but they're very weak. Still, that's pretty good. And then this battle here is pretty important. I'm pretty sure it's a siege against their throne. Yeah, okay. Not against their throne, I'm sorry, against one of their fortresses. And, I'll say that while Ulm has a decent-sized province defense here, they're definitely going to lose. They've got a couple of wolves. Just some rangers. Nothing really here. The wolves are just going to go and clog up that. Oh my god, they just got wrecked. It's a very, very good blessing these guys got. Like, really good. And McLaren's going to be a big problem. I mean, his forces are already running. They don't even have a chance to... Ooh, boy. So, Ulm definitely lost this. Oh, so that's definitely gonna be a problem. Yeah, he took that fortress, and he's gonna siege this one next. I don't think he's heading for us. We don't have any thrones over here, so he'd have to head all the way to here. I don't like that he's got 30 troops building up here. I don't know if he's got plans for this or not. I wish that we could move out, but we can't move farther than this. So hopefully he doesn't hit it while we're there, but if he does, we're set up to fight him. I'm almost wondering if I should leave the Mandragoa here and then move them out at the same time. You know, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to set, actually they're set up where they need to be, but I'll put these guys off to the side, maybe here. So they're not right on top of the Hydras. But yeah, I'm definitely going to leave them there actually, because this attack here could be a thing. It might not, but if it does turn into something, I want to be in a position to where there's enough units there to maybe fight them back, because these guys are, I mean, it's just Triton troopers, but you never know. He's building them up for some reason, and I'm assuming he wants to take these water provinces. If McLaren goes to war with Utgard, before Utgard can do any serious damage to Midgard, that could be a problem too. So I guess we'll just have to see where that all turns up. I'm a little nervous about the whole thing, honestly. We got the extra researches. We'll start getting the communions and stuff ready to go. There was a unit here that needed to be moved. Who was it? I cannot remember. Probably move him up, actually. I might need him. And it wouldn't hurt to take somebody that's nature 3 with some astral. I think I need that. So we'll have those guys there. I don't really need the research right now. Okay. All right, perfect. So I think that's about it. I think I've covered everything I need to cover, and I've sent out all the messages I need to send out. I'm constructing Mandragoa. I've got units recruiting. Oh, I had some extra gold. I was going to save some of this gold because I want to build a temple here, and I'll have this guy. He's bringing the Ring of Underwater Breathing back because he searched both of these underwater provinces, or I'll probably send him down here. So maybe I won't have him. I was going to have him swap the ring with this person and then construct a temple. But you know what? I'm actually going to change that. I'll move an Aqualite over here to construct a temple. Right? Yeah. Ooh, yeah, not going to move fast enough. I want somebody that can move in a turn. So as much as it sucks, I'm going to have to take probably somebody like this. Oop. Oh, they can't move there in a turn either, so I will just take an Aqualite. Because we're going to want to get a temple up. Unless, let's see, somebody from Gornahor could move backwards. I don't think I need all these units. He brought some units with him. I think it was the Pegasus or something. No, he just brought a bunch of those. There is Pegasus here, though, but I'll keep him here for now. We brought him there because he had death, but he's got death too. They're both the same, so I could probably send him back to build it. That would be the best idea. Then this guy can go back, can keep moving south into the water provinces. Can I send him? Yeah. I can't send him here, though, but I can send him to Ruin of Boat Murder. That's a better idea. Then he can go right down into here and search for sites down there. I've got to pass the Ring of Underwater Breathing off to somebody else to search down here, but we'll have him search these two first because he's the most likely to be able to find stuff. He found the Coral Garden and the Charmed Current here, so he's doing a great job. So we'll just keep him doing what he does best. And then, yeah, we'll move that other guy. We'll have the fortress next turn, and then we'll get a temple here, which will help that Dominion spread even further, really lock, and cause some problem in these provinces here as well. Perfect. And then, so I'm saving the extra gold for that, but it wouldn't hurt to up the province defense in any place. This one obviously doesn't have it because I haven't taken it. I don't know if there's anywhere else here. You know, I think we've pretty much got everything we need. I did bump this up to 11 because I'm getting a little worried. And it probably wouldn't hurt to bump this up to 11. And that's already 11. So everything else here is good. I thought about bumping this up more, but it's not really going to make a difference. I'm mainly concerned about, it's probably a waste of gold though. I'm mainly concerned about Midgard, but I guess I shouldn't be, because if he's only got that one force, he's not going to take this within a turn, and we'll have a fortress next turn. So I guess we'll just leave that as is. Unless Midgard's planning to hit this. No. I don't think so. These aren't going to do anything. What do I want to spend the extra gold on, though? I should spend it on something. I can't recruit anything else here. I could get Surfing Assassin. I could start getting another Aqualite. It's a lot of extra gold. I can't get any more of these. I already got everything I could for those. And I've got the province defense where I need it to be. So I guess there's really not a whole lot I need to do with it. I'll just save it. It's a lot to sit on. But it won't be bad, because if I save it, I'll have it for building that temple. So that'll give me a lot of extra gold. So that's what I'll just do. I'll just hold on to it for that. Possible I'm maybe forgetting something, but maybe not. Alright. So I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and end it off here since we are out of time. So I want to thank you guys for joining me, and I do hope that you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.